Admiral Tim with what to see and what to skip in Seattle. See it, skip it, see it. Oh, see it. So here is a place you'll definitely see on every one of those Seattle postcards called Pike Place Market. Basically, it's a giant fish market, but there's a bunch of other vendors and still all kinds of knickknacks and touristy stuff there. You'll see the flying fish, and a lot of people come here to see that. I don't see what the big deal is. I mean, basically, somebody buys a fish, and then they throw them to the counter, and somebody catches them, and they wrap them up for you. But apparently, this is a big deal. So there it is, flying fish. Now you've seen it, you don't have to go there. So lots of places to shop for touristy knickknacks and little souvenirs and things you want to bring home, including these dirty T-shirts that you can get in places like Key West or just about any other tourist destination now. Heck, we can make them on the Cricket. Look at Craft with Felicia's channel. And fruit stands, knickknacks, just about everything, about a dozen seafood restaurants. What I found really interesting is most of this stuff closes early. We went at about 7 o'clock one night, and the whole place was already boarded up on a weeknight, and maybe a little longer on weekends. I think we were there on a Monday or Tuesday night. But it was closed up, so keep that in mind. Now, a lot of people will come here for the gum wall.
This is disgusting.
Behind us, so disgusting.
Millions of pieces of gum on a wall of the world famous Seattle gum wall. This is one of the nastiest things I've ever seen. Go ahead and touch one and prove it's really good.
How about if I don't?
So if you take the stairs down right near the entrance, you will find this here. It's outside some comedy club, and they're making a big deal about it. The organized tours will go past it and everything. It really is gross, and it appears to be getting bigger. The pictures I saw initially was just one wall. Now it's the entire freaking street, man. This is gum. You could add your own gum here. You won't get in trouble. I didn't see anybody do it. Nobody's afraid of touching it. They're probably a smart group this day. But yeah, a lot of people will just put their gum up here on the wall and add to the collection, and it'll live here forever. They never clean it off. I was telling a story about how they cleaned it off. It was like a couple of tons of gum, and they just gave up. And it just keeps getting bigger. Before you know it, the entire Seattle will be covered with gum. I don't know. These people love their gum down here. So that's down there, too. It's an interesting spot if you want to take a picture, because there's, in my knowledge, I don't think there's any other place like this in the entire world. It's unique to Seattle. So that is there underneath Pike Place Market. Right when you walk in, go downstairs, real thin set of steps there, and you can take this in. Spend a whole day there. I don't know. Add your own gum. Pull a piece off and rechew it. Now, the Seattle art scene, you're going to find a lot of people with a sense of humor as they will change things. Then the Space Needle. No comment on that, right? This is up towards the north a little bit, all the way up the end of 4th Avenue. And this is a must-do, too. We got our tickets in advance, so we were able to bypass the line and walked right in here. Lots of history on the walls. And we went in the morning. As we were here about 9:30 in the morning, the lines were pretty quiet, so that's good. As they get later in the day, it gets a little more heavy, and especially at night, if you want to see the sunset up here, it gets a little crazy. So go early if you can swing it, if you hadn't been drinking too much the night before. Of course, there is a gift store located in the middle, and you have to exit through the gift store like everywhere else. And again, even more knickknacks and craziness you can pick up down there. Lots of history about the Space Needle and how it was built and how they plan to be at the Jetsons by now, but it's already 2025 and we still don't have robots. There is no Rosie on the horizon. Heck, AI is even fake, but that's a topic for another day. So we're way behind where we should be Jetsons-wise, but still a big deal up here in Seattle. Now, you will get on the elevator. They'll put you all on there. We bought the express pass, but at this point in the day, when there's no real lines, they don't really accelerate it, so you just stuck in with Gen Pop. And the elevator ride up's pretty quick. This thing moves, I don't know, 18, 20 miles an hour. Not much of a view here from the back. You can see the stairs, and in the front you can kind of see yourself going up. And there's a couple of floors here. One room has, on the top floor is an outdoor observatory. There's like a heavy-duty 3-panel glass, so you can lean on the glass, do all kinds of stuff. They told me I could do a handstand up there if I wanted to, but it was kind of weird because it's slanted backwards, and I ain't no spring chicken anymore, so I don't know, maybe in my next video I'll do that. So that is up there on the top, and in the second level you're going to find restrooms. So that's nice public restrooms. They do not cost anything. And in the third level there's kind of a snack bar kind of deal, and the floor turns very, very slowly, like the outside floor. It'll spin around. It barely moves, so if you get motion sick you won't even know it. But it's kind of cool that the whole thing turns and you can see a whole different perspective by just standing in one place on the bottom level. There's lots of combo passes you can buy, something called a city pass. It'll get you in a couple of different places of interest. We decided to take the monorail from the Space Needle all the way to Starbucks, and that was quite an adventure using Seattle's public transportation. What's this button do? What's this button do? What's this button do? So despite all the crazy homeless people we did see in downtown Seattle, public transportation felt very secure and very safe. We did see a lot of security people. I don't know if they're private or public officers, it's hard to tell. But there were security people all over the public transportation system. So it did feel pretty good. Of course, we didn't go into the sketchy neighborhoods. We were in mostly the tourist areas. We had no problem whatsoever. And again, at no time did we feel unsafe. We took it during the day and also into the early evening as well. It's a little difficult to figure out, but if you find somebody who's kind of up on things, they'll tell you exactly what to do, as they did to us. Told us to get off at Westlake, which is the end of the monorail, take the light rail to Soto, as we were heading over to Starbucks headquarters to check out the Starbucks Reserve over there, because I heard they had pizza. Now there it is. You need to walk through it is kind of a sketchy area when you get off the light rail. It's pretty sketchy down there, but it's about a half-mile walk into the Starbucks building, the headquarters, and you'll see it over the overpass and over the train tracks. And it looks like the old Sears building in Philadelphia. It was kind of weird. Almost it was eerily familiar. Yeah. And we walked in. There was a huge tour of Asian tourists in here. And normally I heard it's not that busy. We're on a weekday. But check it out. This is Starbucks Reserve at the headquarters. So this is a little confusing. You'd think you'd order your coffee at the coffee counter, but here you have to order at the pizza counter. And they have some other appetizers, some desserts here, but everything is ordered here. And then they'll give you a number and let you know when it's ready. You go pick up your coffee over the coffee counter, and they will actually deliver your pizza if you're eating in to your table using one of the numbers. The pizza is surprisingly good for a coffee shop. Here's the reserve counter. The bar, it's a full bar. They'll do espresso martinis. I really wanted to try one, but it didn't open until noon. And it took 5 people passing me by before anybody told me that. So, all right, next up, the Snoqualmie Falls and wine tour made possible by these guys and a very cool tour guide named Slav, and he's pretty good. First stop was the Bohm chocolate tour, which, man, if I had known this, I would have stayed on the bus. I mean, their chocolate's pretty good, but they take you through this history of this European immigrant, and it's just, oh my God, they take you on a tour of his old house. And for me, it was like the most boring thing. It was like being in my grandfather's house, and like I couldn't wait to get out of my grandfather's house. But maybe you're into this, maybe you're not. I don't know. She wouldn't let me videotape it, so I can't share it with you. I have to do it yourself. But it's kind of a tourist trappy thing. So yeah, I wouldn't do this again if I could avoid it. And then Snoqualmie Falls, where you're going to see these beautiful waterfalls. It's about 15, 20 minutes outside of Seattle, maybe a little longer. And it hadn't rained in a while, so these falls are normally more powerful after a recent rain. There was just a couple of them going down. It's still a beautiful place. Gives you the history of it, how they generate power here, and you can actually go down to the lower falls and see them come down on the rocky area and people kayaking in this craziness. So that is kind of neat as well. Again, it was just kind of a slow fall day here in August. But it can be really crazy after a rain. Next stop, we're going to go to some vineyards, the Chateau Saint Michel vineyards, which I was really surprised because it's one of my favorite wine brands. And this is a beautiful place to visit. You definitely want to stop and see this. No. And here you could jump on the sampling menu and find out what they had. We actually had a white cab that was off menu, but they were kind enough to bring it to us, and it was surprisingly good. Tasting room's huge. You could do it indoor or outdoor, and they do have some small bites plates that were scrumdiddlyicious. They are not included with the wine tour package. You have to pay extra, but and then you could steal some flower petals and do this. So that was pretty neat. And next up was the Gasworks Park. This is kind of the Gasworks. It was legit Gasworks until about, I guess, the 70s, I think, and they turned it into this park with some spectacular views of Seattle and the harbor area. And the old gasworks itself, which has now been converted kind of into a kid's playground. They actually let you climb on top of the old pipes like a monkey, and they don't seem to care. There's nobody walking around there. They did have some security down there. It felt a little more sketched than anywhere else in Seattle we had been. So that was interesting. And then next stop is the Troll. And I have no idea why this is so popular. It's like the gum underneath Pike Place Market. It's just super popular for no reason. And it's just like this big giant clump of concrete under this overpass. And everybody just has to see the Troll underneath the bridge in Seattle. So here it is.
20 weeks later.
Oh, we can go around.
Yeah, you can climb up the steps, and depending on how limber you are, you can take them some really interesting pictures sitting on his head or on his shoulder or whatever. It is kind of a significant fall downwards, so please be careful up there. And I didn't see any security around here whatsoever. And then we're going to go to the salmon fish hatchery kind of area, which there's a dam over here and a fish ladder. So you could take a look at some salmon in their spawning areas and watch them as they try to jump upstream during mating season. The last stop on our tour was a place called Kelly Park, which offers a tremendously beautiful view of the entire city of Seattle, including the Space Needle. So this was a very cool place to take some pictures. Apparently, we weren't the only people who knew about it. It gets pretty crowded, especially on weekends, and the sunset, too. A lot of people come up here at sunset. But some beautiful, stunning views and some excellent photo opportunities up here all the way at the top. You have to go through these one-way streets. It's kind of a pain to get to. So you really need a tour guide who knows what they're doing and able to get up here. So hopefully you found this quick tour of Seattle super helpful. Please subscribe and jump on for our latest cruise and travel adventures. Thanks for watching.